And welcome back to the weekly market recap, where we go over this week's market while keeping it as simple as possible. Now, what a week it has been in the market. And the first thing we have to talk about is trade wars, trade wars, trade wars. It's a reason why I've been speaking about trade wars for the last couple of weeks, and it has come up to a head this week. Then after that, we're going to speak about what affected those trade wars actually have on the markets. And then finally, we're going to talk about what's to look for in the coming week. We have so much things to go over. Let's get straight into it. Now, first, this week's next saga of trade wars did escalate because Donald Trump did announce a 10% tariff on all imports that were coming into the United States from basically every single country. And it had a huge impact on global trades. And it's still up in the air how some of these countries are going to react to these tariffs that the USA are putting on them. Some of the biggest foes in this trade wars, like China, are taking the aggressive stance. If you look at this article above, you'll see that China is talking about having a retaliation tariff back on the United States of above 30% on imports. That is a huge tariff that they will put back on the United States. But as well, you'll see some countries have taken the opposite stance. For example, Taiwan is saying they want to put on the table that we will put a 0% retaliation tariff back because they're still trying to talk and negotiate with the United States. As well as India. India is saying that they can potentially take their tariffs down on the United States so that we can come to an agreement to take United States tariffs down. So again, it's a mixed bag to see exactly what some of these countries are going to do. Are they going to be aggressive with having tariffs right back on the United States, or they want to make a deal with the United States? So we'll see. But again, that is uncertainty to see what's going to come next. And that's why this week's market was a very nasty week. If you look at the chart above for the S&P 500, you'll see that at the beginning of the week, we did go up a little bit. And then as soon as we got that news on Wednesday, after the market closed, that Donald Trump's going to put the tariffs on the different countries, we had a huge sell-off the next 2 days. And we basically were down from that Wednesday to Friday 10% in just 2 days. Now 10% on the S&P 500 is huge, and it has so much fear in the market because everybody's uncertain. And that's why I always let you guys know uncertainty is the worst thing for the market. We did tank. Now looking into some other assets, if you look at gold, I've been telling you guys gold been on a run, but when this came out, if you look at this chart above, you'll see that gold did pull back some. So again, people are uncertain exactly what's going to happen, so they're taking some profits on those huge gains that they got on gold. Now one asset that has been holding steady is Bitcoin, and you Bitcoiners should be very happy about this. All the uncertainty in the market, if you look at this chart above, you'll see that Bitcoin has been hovering at that $82,000 range. It hasn't been going down, or it really hasn't been going up that much, and that's a very encouraging sign for the asset. Now it could sell off a little bit later, but again, right now when things are very volatile and Bitcoin is staying at the spot that it's staying, that is a very nice small win. So we'll see what's going forward. Now Ethereum, on the other hand, Ethereum has been tanking. If you look at this chart above, Ethereum today did go under 1,750, and this is the lowest Ethereum has been in a long time. So I will be monitoring Ethereum very closely because now we're seeing that Ethereum is going down even faster than Bitcoin. Now this upcoming week is a huge week for markets. So after we had those huge sell-off the last 2 weeks, a lot of people have been saying Monday might be a very bloody day and we might sell off on historic levels, but we're not so sure about that yet. So I want to give you guys both sides for the bulls and the bears and exactly what's to look out for. So a lot of people been on the bear side, meaning that they're thinking the market is going to tank, and they do have a very interesting argument. So they're saying after the Thursday crash and the Friday crash that Monday we might can have a historic down day in the market that's over like 20% in one single day, and call it a Black Monday. And again, with so much uncertainty in the market, not knowing exactly when these tariff wars will end, it could happen. Now the other side of it, the bull side, that the market will finally get its bounces, saying we had huge reaction the last 2 days and the market tanked. Now Trump can at any time change his mind and negotiate with different countries, and the market can have a relief. And historically, if you look at this chart, you'll see that around this time in April, usually the market goes up. So again, no one knows exactly what's going to happen going forward in the market, but I can tell you this, that Thursday and Friday is very important, and that's because we get inflation numbers. Thursday, we get the consumers inflation, so it shows inflation for people like me and you. And then on Friday, we get the producers inflation gauge. We'll see exactly how much inflation that these companies are facing. Now, I'm sure this week is going to be a crazy week in the market, but again, I'm glad you guys are with me and knowing exactly what's happening every step of the way. Again, this is the weekly market recap. I will definitely see you guys next week. Peace.